Hi guys, welcome to Dweebs City. My name is Star Jackson, your host, and today we have a very special guest in the city. I met Sean a while back, and they are such a awesome person, awesome voice actor, so determined, and I love seeing their posts all the time. And so we had to get them on the radio, on the podcast, and just yap and talk about voiceover. So with none other ado, we have drummer from Minnesota, supportive spirit, very extroverted personality, voice type like a hero, unstoppable force, Sean the Goober. Yeah. Did you like that intro?
I love that. Thank you. Hey everybody.
And voice
I'm
actor.
Sean.
I didn't say that already.
Yeah, I think they know that. But yeah, thank you. Hey everybody, it's me, Sean. I'm so excited to be here, and Star, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I was just asking you like how your day was going and stuff. So you said you just came from work. What do you do for like work besides voice acting? I'm so curious.
I work at a bank. I work full time at a bank.
Oh wow.
It is there's a lot to keep track of. It's a lot to handle. And it definitely goes between, either nothing going on or everything's going on. There is no in between.
I can only imagine. What's like a typical day like there?
I mean, it's like you get in, you kind of unlock everything, and then people start coming in to basically make like basic transactions like, deposits, withdrawals, all that stuff. People actually will come in to make like payments towards their mortgage. That's something that I help with people. I
Oh
help
wow.
people with a lot. And then that's kind of like the teller side. My job is, my official title is Universal Banker, actually, is what it's called.
Fancy.
So I get to do, I basically do stuff on the teller side, and eventually I'm going to start doing stuff on the banker side. I've been slowly transitioning to that side of the job as well. So like I'm going to get to the more complicated stuff like opening accounts as well, and like, there's a whole process to that.
Oh, so
So
they're moving you up.
that's- yeah, oh, they're moving me up.
Yes.
They are moving me up.
So how long have you been a banker for?
It's been just a little
little
under a
bit.
year. I'm coming up on
Oh,
a year.
and they're moving
I
well.
started back like, yeah, I started back like at
Fast.
the end of May last year. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I've definitely gotten a lot of experience in that time, and I've definitely grown a lot in that position as well. So,
That is so
I'm
awesome.
pretty proud of how far I've come.
So I'm guessing you're good with money.
I don't know. I mean, I do like to, if I see something that I
Yeah.
really want to buy, I will buy it. But like, otherwise I try to, be careful with it. I try to save
Right.
stuff.
Like
So,
counting, are you good counting? Or like mathematics?
oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely. Actually, good thing you.
I wish I
It's
was
funny
like
you mentioned. It's funny you mentioned math, because actually when I was in college, I majored in mathematics, and
Oh.
that kind of, yeah, that kind of led to me going into, working at a bank, because I just knew I liked working with numbers, and I also already had that like customer service experience already, so I thought all of
Ah,
that combined would transfer really well into that kind of position.
that's so cool. So like did you have like a passion with it? Like in school? Like you was like, oh, I really like this because you made it as a major, so I would assume maybe like did you go into it because you liked it or because you were good at it or both?
Kind of both. I was
Both.
one of those weird kids that really enjoyed math. Like whenever
That's
I tell people that I enjoy doing math, they're like, ew.
I wish I was you, man. Oh my gosh. Like I'm always like fascinated with like math. Like I work at the Boys and Girls Club right now, and there's one of the kids there. They are 9 years old and they already know how to do like three table digits. Like they know how to times those like new, yeah, it's insane. So he
I
can
I
do
think
the millions now and I can in his head, and I'm just like, how, like this is so
oh
cool.
oh that kid's going
Guys,
places.
right, like time, like he'll be like, Miss, check it, see if it's right, and I'm like, you got it right. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I get
insane.
it. I don't get it.
That is so cool. So like how did you go from that to like voice acting? How did that go about?
Well, voice acting, I actually started way before I ever even thought about working in a bank. It was
Oh.
actually back in like 2017. I was like 14 years old. I'm actually coming up on, in a couple of weeks, I'll be coming up on like 9 years since I first started. Um,
Whoa.
and
Whoa.
that's what
How
I
do you
consider to be
feel?
my it's kind of crazy. That's what
Yeah.
I consider to be my false start because
Mm-hmm.
I was just starting out with like a USB in my bedroom,
Yep.
sitting on the side of my bed, just recording everything in, and like it just it didn't sound great. Eventually I moved up into an environment like this. Like I moved everything. I got these panels
Oh,
all
I was gonna
over
ask
like
about that
the
too.
closet.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So I was starting out, in a very very basic, very amateur setup.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the first thing I ever booked, actually, the first audition I ever put out was for like a stop motion Roblox animation that
Oh.
is you can't, it's unlisted on YouTube. You can't find it anymore, unfortunately. But
Uh-huh.
it just sounded really fun because I knew the person who was making it and they needed voice actors for whatever they were doing, and I just really wanted to help out. So I
Mm-hmm.
got a mic from my local Best Buy and I just recorded stuff and they gave me a role, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I realized just how much I really enjoyed it. So I just kind of kept doing it and doing it. And now
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah. And then um, I don't want to like ramble
No,
on about
please
this, but
ramble. I love it.
yeah.
I am a
Okay.
yapper, so we can be here all day. So
All right.
yes,
Without
I
further
want to
ado.
know. I need the lore from Sean, the
All
Goober.
right. All right. Yeah, it's me. All right. So I was I was just doing that for a while, and then my parents also took note of how much I enjoyed it, so they kind of like supported me a little bit in that way.
Oh.
So I found out about acoustic foam paneling for the first time not too
Mm-hmm.
long after that. And so I figured out, how to create, your own recording space. And so I put those panels all the way up, completely emptied out a closet.
Yeah.
That closet I'm currently in right now,
It
actually.
sounds really good.
And yeah, it's evolved over time. Actually, I started off with panels that like were like half as thick as these
Oh
ones.
wow.
And yeah, they weren't quite as effective, but they did the job. And
Yeah.
yeah, I also had instead of my old USB mic, I also got a new mic kind of similar to actually it was an AKG was the first
Oh.
XLR mic that I did, and then a Focusrite Scarlett Solo was my first interface. And I
Yes.
figured out I needed that.
Way
So I
to
got all
go.
that stuff, and then I was just off to the races, and I was just like I was getting a bunch of stuff, and it was really fun just because of what was available, and just I realized how much of a creative outlet it was.
Yeah.
And I got to do that pretty consistently right up until I started going to college.
Oh.
Because, I went to school like 3.5 hours away from where I am now.
What? How many
And
times a
because of
week
that,
did you have to go?
basically, like, I was there for like months at a time. I was living on campus.
Oh wow, 3 hours away. That's crazy. You're dedicated.
Yeah. Yeah. So like whenever I had a break, I would just drive back and forth between the two places.
Wow.
So I just did that for 4 years.
What? Oh my gosh. And this was for the mathematics
Yeah, when I
while
was
doing voice
studying math.
acting?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
mhm.
kind of tried to balance those two, but
Mhm.
unfortunately school just kind of took like a lot of my time and
Yeah.
attention. And because of that I had to keep voice acting like on the back burner for a long time actually,
Yeah.
and I could never truly commit to it. And I almost completely forgot about it,
I
honestly,
feel you
until
there.
yeah. until eventually I got out, and then my next move right after I graduated was to find a job, and that's when I started working at a bank. And then I realized, I think it was, I kind of realized just like how much I wasn't really feeling what I was doing. Like
Yeah.
my life just kind of missed this kind of spark, this kind of creative outlet that I had before. It's just like, where did it go? And
Yeah.
then I suddenly remembered, oh, I have this booth here that I haven't used in a long time. And so I just got in. I went on like, casting call club because I hadn't done that in a while. And I just started like perusing through everything. And I started, meeting new people. And it's like, I actually really started, taking it seriously while also still working full time. And it's like, that was the moment. It was June of last year, actually,
Yeah.
that I really, really started taking this seriously and pursuing this professionally. And it's just become more and more apparent to me that,
Wow.
this is something that really means everything to
Yeah.
me. Because it's, not only is this just a really effective creative outlet for me, it's also given me so many opportunities. I've met so many amazing people who
Yeah.
I consider some of my best friends to this day. And just I wouldn't trade this for like anything. I've learned so much in just like a short amount of time. And I'm really proud of how far I've come.
God, that is so awesome, Sean. And like, so
Thank you.
when you got that spark back, do you remember like what made you want to walk back in the booth? Do you remember like when it was? He was like, let me go in here a little bit. Let me knock the dust off.
Oh yeah, so it's actually it's actually really fun. I was hoping you'd ask that because it's a very interesting what like got me started again. Love that poster, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I think I got it from like Five Below.
Oh
They had
wow.
the best stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think what got me started is I was like just kind of going through Twitter. I was scrolling through Twitter, and somebody posted it was like a fan art of it was gender bent Rouge the Bat from Sonic the Hedgehog.
I know what you're talking about. Oh
You
my
know what I'm
god.
talking about?
Yes, I know. Oh my god. That was the moment.
That was
Oh
the
my
that because
gosh.
it wasn't just that. It was the fact that a lot of people who I followed who were also voice actors,
Yeah, they
they
were
were
doing that.
dubbing, like they were giving a
Yeah.
voice to this male version of Rouge, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm a voice actor too, right? I could do
Oh
that.
my
And so
gosh, that's so
I
cool.
I recorded something, I posted it on Twitter, and it was like, yeah, it was it
And
was
that,
really fun.
and then it sparked it, and he was like, you know what? I miss this.
Yeah, wait, where has this been all my life? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm kind of goated.
Oh my
So
gosh, that is so cool. I remember when that came out and everybody was doing it. I was like, I kind of want to try too. I did one too. And it was so fun.
yeah,
Like seeing everybody's like different versions of Rouge in that way. And I just love when like trends like that are like, and it was so much positivity too. Everybody was like just hyping everyone up and stuff. I just loved it. That was so
yeah,
cool, Sean. Oh my
yeah.
god. And
A lot of people really liked it.
yeah, it was good. I think I remember yours too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I was still, not anywhere near the level that I am now, because that
Mhm.
was like back when I was just like shaking the rust off and all that.
Mhm.
So, um, yeah, it's only gone like up from there. Then I started, auditioning for stuff again, just kind of getting that back. I found out what rosters are, and I started applying to those once I got a demo. And so that was that just opened up like, a bunch more opportunities, and just again, it's only gone up from there.
Yeah, that is so cool. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that to be the spark. That is really cool. It's like just small stuff like you see, and then you like it just leads to bigger stuff like that, like a domino effect. And it's so cool. And I remember you went to the open auditions, right? In December.
Yes.
That how was
Yeah,
that?
I
How was
did.
that experience during that time?
Oh my god, that was amazing, dude. That was so
It's
cool.
so fun.
'Cause like I had never done anything like that.
Mhm.
That was actually my first time ever traveling alone, actually, was when
Really?
I traveled down to Dallas. I'd
Okay,
never
we
traveled
gotta
by
get the
myself before
rundown.
then.
How was the flight? How like what was it like flying by yourself? Like getting the ticket, like all of that. How did you feel like getting there? Give me it.
Oh my god. So, yeah, I got to the airport and the flight went smoothly. It did get like delayed by maybe like 30 minutes, but
Mhm.
other than that, it went really smooth. And then
Okay.
I went to I got to DFW, I got to Dallas, and I got to meet a bunch of the people I'd met through voice acting. We actually got to get there were like 8 of us, and we all stayed in an Airbnb.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
just kind of like we were preparing for this for like months,
Oh, that's good to
and
always prepare.
yeah, yeah. So we were like, just putting together like, where we were gonna stay, like what the plan was, and just like it was so great because these again, like I said, these are
Yeah.
like my best friends, and
Yeah.
I was really, really honored to get to stay with them. And the majority of us in that group
Uh-huh.
got callbacks too.
Yes,
Um,
yes. Yes. Oh my God, I was
it
so
was
happy
so
for
cool.
you guys. Like how was it seeing them in person? Was that your first time seeing them in person?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
How was that?
Oh
What was
my
that? What
god.
did that feel like?
Well, I remember like I met some of them at the airport, first of all, and then we got to like we all just like hugged and we just kind of like celebrated, and then we drove over to the house, the Airbnb,
Mhm.
and then that's where I met the rest of them, and we just had it was just another one of those moments where it was just great, and then we all just kind of like hung out. It was a great time, and then we got up really early the next morning for the
How early?
auditions, and I think we got up. It was 5, 6 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Because that's just how it is. You have to get there
Yep.
really early if you want a
Early,
shot.
like early. That is the secret method. As early as possible. Did you
Yeah,
guys get
yeah,
breakfast or anything, or you just was like straight there?
yeah. I mean, we got like breakfast. Like some of us stayed while some of us like went to get
Oh,
breakfast
that's smart.
because it was. That's the thing
Stay in
about
line. I'll go get food.
it literally what happened. And yeah, I mean, it definitely helps to that that we were in a group because really
Right.
in general that whole experience taught me that I'm not as introverted as I thought I was because I've always been a very like I've always described myself as like shy and just kind of like I tend to keep to myself a lot, a
Mhm.
very introverted type person usually. But it's like whenever I'm hanging out with those guys, everyone there, it just like it made me realize, how I freaking love these people, and so, I
Always
feel
like extroverted, like when you're like around your people, like you blossom out of, and you can just
yeah,
feel comfortable. That just
I
shows
just
you how you're just comfy around them, and like they're true friends.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I felt comfy around those people, and I
oh.
just yeah, those that's I feel like I found my people. Finally, I found my people.
Oh, I honestly, I know the feeling, like what you described, because like it's just like, oh, I remember my first, it's your first one that you went to, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the first time ever doing
it
something
was
like
the
that.
same. I just felt like so comfy. I was like, I feel great. Like it's like a feeling like no other. Like you found community, and then you've always wanted to be in, and it's just an amazing feeling. I know exactly what you
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
How was like
Oh.
the auditioning together? How was the actually I want to see like how was the process of that? Was it like a little bit nervous? Were you nervous? And was the everything going on, was it what's the word? Was it like organized enough, or were you think it was like all over the place, or did you think like how was the process with that? What do you feel?
I mean, like the whole like getting into the building, that was probably like the hardest part of it, honestly. 'Cause like
Finding where
it's
to
like
go.
they yeah, it's like they, like somebody like directed us the wrong way and then somebody
Oh,
else had to like bring us back and cuz it's like we were like some of the first people to get there. We ended up being like I think we were like within like the first 20 I want to say who ended up going just cuz
mm-hmm.
the order got a little mixed up cuz people were going like all over the place.
Yeah,
But
running.
yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. What
everybody for themselves.
literally like every like
Literally.
we got in, we just sat there for like another hour or two, and then they let us in, and then it was pretty smooth from there. We
That's
got
so
to go pretty
cool.
early on because we got there early, and yeah, once we were up, it was just like you know we just went for it. That's kind of how it was for me. I was shaking in my boots when I went up or before I was going up. I was like, because like they had all these like sides to pick from, and I'm thinking, oh no, which
Uh-huh.
one, which one he like
Yes,
fits
that's
me the
the
most,
hardest part. I feel like too. Like, and then you want to choose the right one, and then if you don't choose the right one, you're gonna then boom, you're up.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you kind of gotta know yourself if you're gonna do these
That
things.
is true.
Know what you're good at. That's a
That is
very big
very
part of
true.
voice acting.
Yes, and I think that's why they do that. So like you make an executive decision on your strongest read, or even taking chances too, because you could always take a chance and try something new and just say let's try it. So
Yeah, no,
what did
exactly.
you pick? Did you go with something more like your tone, or did you was like let me go out, let me try something?
Well, since there were 2 days, the first day I picked something that was very much in my wheelhouse, something that was like it was like this, again, just like me, a very shy introvert. Like they kind of talk like this whole time, and it's just hi guys, and
I
it's
love
just
it.
like yeah, a very I guess like protagonisty kind of character because that's what I've been told is like I sound like I could do a very good like anime protagonist.
Oh yeah, you
And
definitely
so
can.
I thought I'd just lean into that and it's
Hmm.
like you know come on guys we can do this something like that.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I could definitely see you on all of that. Yes. Yes, Sean. It's over. It's a wrap.
Please, please, I'd love to voice for you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that was something. And then I remember the second day I did something that was maybe a little bit outside. I kind of got to work with my lower register a little bit, so I was just kind of like, "Hey, how's it going?" You know. um
Yes. Move.
yeah, just really something that really shows your range cuz like I
Yeah.
think, something that's very important is being able to do a bunch of different things and
Mm-hmm.
just uh that's that's gonna get you, a lot more bookings, a lot more, I guess, recognition. Is
Mm-hmm.
people like that's always been my goal with voice acting is to have at least two roles that will make someone go, "Wait, that's the same guy? What?"
Yes. 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 Like, wait a minute. This can't be.
Yeah, no,
Have to Google
that's me. Yeah, it's like what?
it.
What? Oh
So
yeah,
the
yeah.
difference between like the first time and the second time, do you feel like there was a difference between the days? Like, did you feel like how did you feel after the first and second day?
Well, I guess the second day, I knew what to expect that time around because it
Mm-hmm.
was like pretty much the same process. It was the same sides as well, and so we got to basically just try again. And I just kind of looked through them, and I wanted to try something different, something very different from the first day because I knew
Right.
that, yeah, that was going to be, if I could really show people that I have range, that I can be like all the way up here and then also all the way down here, then
Yes.
like I think that could really get their attention. And
Mhm.
I mean, they were talking about like the people who were, in my friend group who were watching me audition. They were like observing not just me, but like the judges, like Mami Okada was there, and she seemed to like what I was doing, and so I just like, I felt like I did something right. And although I didn't end up getting a call back on either of the days, I think I'm still really proud of myself for putting myself out there, and I would absolutely love to do that again.
You did amazing. Honestly, you did so good. Like, I was so proud of you, and then seeing you like grow and like blossom, it's been such an honor. I just have to say that.
Thank you. You are too kind, Star. Thank you.
Of course. And I did see online there is like I went on your profile and I saw that you did like this scream on this project and
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
and I listened to it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is really good."
I know
And
exactly what you're talking about.
and I have to know, like, what were you thinking in that moment to get to that level? Like, I could really feel like the anguish in that, and I just gotta know.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Wait, no,
It's
where was that from? Yes, explain.
Oh yes, so that was from a game that I got cast in called ESO Don't Forget.
Mm.
And it was I don't know if you're familiar with Blood Money and Human Expenditure Program.
Oh
The
yeah.
same guy who made those games also made that game.
Oh shoot.
Um, yeah, and so I really,
Whoa.
really was excited because when the initial casting call for that opened up, I was like, because some people who I was very close with had actually worked with Shroomy, the creator of the game,
Uh-huh.
in the past, like my homie Abigail, who was also at Bang Zoom, who also was also there for me. She was in Human
She's
Expenditure
amazing.
Program. I love her so much. Shout out Abigail. Shout out all
Yes,
of you. Uh,
Abigail.
love you. All right.
Love it.
Yeah, but she was in that game, and so when I saw that, um, a casting call open for a new game that he was working on, I was like, oh, I gotta try this. I gotta
Yeah.
go for this. And so I did. I auditioned for Daniel Mercer, the main playable character of the game, and I mean there was just some really heavy competition
Yeah.
for that. There were a lot. I think that one role alone had like almost 400 submissions.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, and so when I found out, I was actually like out of town when I found out that I got that role. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Of all the people you could have gone with, me?
How did you react when you saw it? Did you like see it on an email? Or were you just like,
I actually saw it. It was actually I got a Discord message from JC Gonzo. He's the casting director for the game, and
ah,
he just reached out to me. He was like, "Congrats, we're casting you as Daniel Mercer." I'm like, "What?" Like I genuinely couldn't believe it. And then everybody else got cast, and we did like a read through of the script, and then eventually I recorded my lines. And okay, the scream. You want to know about the scream?
yeah.
Finally, I'm getting to that.
No,
All right,
no,
so
go. I like the process. I want to hear it all.
so I remember the recording process is Shroomy wanted like a
Oh, how was
minimum of
that
like
actually? Is
yeah,
it
it
was
was
it
really
yeah.
it was really interesting because a lot of it was like I guess high stress in like the way that my character was feeling because like he's like an intern at like a new job,
Yeah.
and now he's like being thrusted into this situation
Mhm.
where he is more than likely gonna die, and he has to do this every single
Single.
day for a for a subpar paycheck.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's just
Like
like
a ReZero.
oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
traumatizing.
And basically I just remember I don't want to say too much about like
Oh
the plot
yeah,
details in case
go
anybody
watch it,
does actually want
guys,
to play the game.
or play it.
But yes, go play. Yeah, ESO. Don't forget on Ichio.
Wait,
It's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, go check it out if you have a chance. But
Yes.
yeah, so that Scream. So when I was recording, it actually happened over the course of like several days.
Mhm.
Or at least 2 days, because the first day I got through maybe like half of it, and
Yeah.
then it ended up getting kind of late, and I can't, I live with other people, so I can't really bother them. But
It makes it so
yeah,
hard when recording. Oh my gosh, because you gotta like schedule. I bet you have to schedule it at a certain time,
yeah,
and like
especially when you're working full time, you don't really get that time. You have to be
right.
very like efficient with your time.
It's so hard. It's so difficult. And then like I actually I remember like you posting something about that, and I posted that a long time ago too about like it almost feels like what's it called, FOMO, like a
Oh
feeling
yeah,
like because you want to like put like everything into voiceover, but at the same time you gotta work to feed yourself, pay the bills, but at the same time you feel like you want to do like it's, but I feel like we are doing the best we can with what we can, because look at
yeah,
all of the stuff like you're accomplishing, and you're doing it, you're multitasking, and you're showing other people who are doing the same thing that they can do it too. So it's just like it'll eventually get there, even though right now it's just like, oh, I want to be there right now, like, but I just want
yeah,
to say like, yeah, yeah. I feel you.
yeah. It really is a struggle, but yeah. I think I've made it work the best I can though. But
Yes,
yeah.
that's
So
awesome.
I remember when I was recording for the game, Shroomy wanted like a minimum like 3 takes per line, and so I assumed that meant like everything, not just like the lines, but also just like the noises and that one scream as well. I think I ended up doing like 5 takes of that.
Of the scream?
Uh, yeah, and the one that ended up getting used, I think, was like the second one I did. But it
Hmm.
was also the one that I was most proud of, so I'm really glad he went with that one.
Yes, that's like me. I'm like, I hope they use this one, but just in case, I'll do sprinkle a little bit of other stuff that they want. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the total like time of like the full recording ended up being like 36 minutes.
Oh wow.
It was a lot. But I think it turned out
Alexa, turn
really
off.
well, and
Sorry, my
um
Alexa.
it was you're good. But I remember being like really proud, because again, it was like a little late in the day as well, and a lot of the lines that I say in that game are pretty loud and yelly.
Mhm.
So I had to like give them a heads up, like the people in my house a heads up, like, hey,
I'm
I'm gonna
okay.
be a little loud. I'm okay. And I was yeah, it's like sometimes I wish I could like record while I'm like home alone, but I
Right.
never get
Be
the house to
free.
myself, unfortunately.
Right.
I never get the house to myself,
Oh
unfortunately. So
man.
sometimes I just have to say, you know what, screw it, and just
Right.
inconvenience the people I live with for a little bit. Uh,
Sometimes I feel like I like hold back a lot too, because I know somebody is in the house, and but I
yeah,
feel like with that, like it's good practice, because like you said, like you'll just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And then that way when you're in front of directors like doing like live sessions, you're like kind of like condition yourself to do it. So
yeah, yeah. So it really does feel that way, but
that's so cool. Oh yeah, and I'm getting getting you sidetracked with the scream,
no, it's
but
all right. It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, basically, I just like, because I don't typically scream like that.
hmm
Because I know there's like a proper technique and all that you gotta figure out for it. I figured out, basically, you just gotta go for it. You
hmm
just gotta like really just go in, just hammer it in, just don't hold anything back, pretty much.
hmm
And that's just kind of what I ended up doing. And I must have done something right, because I wasn't really like in pain or anything after that.
Do you
Maybe
remember
after
what you
doing
were
it like a
thinking?
few times, but
Yeah, after a few times it was starting to get painful. He was like,
yeah,
let me stop.
yeah, yeah.
What
I
were
was
you
sweating
thinking
and
about
everything.
when you did it? Or
It
were
was
you
just
just
like
Mhm.
I was really just trying to consider like the context of that. Like, even if it's just like a scream, it's not even words. You got to think about like, what is the context of this? Why am I screaming? What am I screaming about? And it's like I kept that all in mind looking at the script. I just like kept this in mind, like, what kind of situation am I in? Like, am I just like, am I
Mm.
angry, frustrated, just in despair, hopeless?
Mhm.
Like, just how am I feeling? And it was kind of a mix of all of those in
Mm.
a way, without, again, without giving away
Like a
story
tornado.
details. It was really just like a lot of, yeah, just like hopelessness and just frustration with the situation, and
Mhm.
hopelessness knowing that there's really nothing that can be done in that
Ooh.
scenario. It's like just, but that like it's going to be, things are only going to get worse if I don't do something, but the
Mhm.
problem is there's nothing I can do.
And
And
that's
so just like
mm,
that feeling of just like just all of those all at once just kind of combined to create that pretty much.
that is so cool. I love the mindset. I love getting in the mind of it. Oh, that's so cool. And on top of like voice acting, I see that you like to stream as well.
Yeah, I just started doing that recently. I've
Yeah.
only done it like a few times at
Mhm.
this point, but yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it, and I think there's a lot more stuff that I want to do with
Ooh.
streaming going forward. So far, the only game I've ever played is Cuphead on stream.
Ooh.
I'm actually I'm actually getting pretty close to the end of the game. There's still a bit I got to do, but
Mhm.
I do want to, finish the game on stream. I think that would be really interesting.
How was it like your first time streaming?
I mean, it was a little confusing because I didn't know what I was doing at first. But, I kind of learned how Twitch works as I go, and it
Mhm.
just really, really, like, it just kind of clicked with me after a little bit. Like, the
Yeah.
basics of it, at least, those were clicking with me.
Mhm.
And so once I just kept doing it and I kept doing it, and people were coming to watch, and it was like, hey, I mean, might as well keep going, right?
Right. It's so fun. And it's nice talking to like everyone in the chat.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. I mean, the people who do come to my chat are, like obviously very close friends of mine, and
Yeah.
I just really love interacting with them because they're just as weird as me. So it makes it easier to,
Yes.
really communicate with them.
Yes. That's the best thing. Like you could be goobers together.
Yes. Yeah, no,
Oh,
exactly.
that reminds me. So how did you come up with your name? A goober. A goober.
Sean the Goober. Yeah, so it's very simple, very straightforward.
Mm.
My name is Sean, and I love the SpongeBob movie.
That'll do it.
I watched it so many times. I watched it religiously.
Yes.
That was my Roman Empire when I was
So
younger.
I'm guessing you know the last song, "Put Your Toys Away," and then
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
gosh! And then with Patrick with the high heels.
They didn't have to do that, but they did, and I'm so glad
Oh
they
my gosh! And then when he was like, "Oh, can somebody get the lights or something?" He was like, "On it." It's so good. Oh my gosh!
did. Oh my
Such
god,
a
yeah.
classic.
That will always be one of my favorite movies of all time. I have so many memories with it.
So many like just so hilarious, like almost like every second you're like laughing at a pun or something that they did. Oh my gosh, like SpongeBob will never get old for
Yeah.
me. That is
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly.
cool. Oh my gosh, so it's like kind of like you're like a SpongeBob fan, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah, I grew up with SpongeBob. A lot of us, a lot of people my age did.
Hmm. Yes, that is so cool. So, and then you sometimes you use your last name. How do you say your last name? If with the F?
Oh, it's Flaherty.
Flaherty. Okay, okay.
I
What
like to
is
tell people
that?
it's
Is
kind of
that?
like I like to tell people it's kind of like clarity, but with an F.
Oh, Flaherty. Huh.
Yeah.
And you're from Minnesota?
Yeah, I was actually born in Colorado, but
Oh.
I spent like the majority of my life in Minnesota.
And then you move. When did you move to Colorado?
I was only like a month old
Oh,
when
okay.
I went over to Minnesota. My family actually used to live in Minnesota, and then my dad got a job opportunity in Colorado,
Mm.
so we moved there for a little bit, and then that's when I was born.
Uh-huh.
But that kind of ended up falling through, so we just moved back to Minnesota, and we've
Oh.
been here pretty much the whole time.
Did you do like growing up, did you do like theater or anything or
I was a very late bloomer when it comes to theater.
yeah?
I did do like a teeny bit of like community theater when I was really little, like maybe in third grade, maybe
Mm-hmm.
even earlier than that. I was in like a production of it was like Alice in Wonderland or
Oh.
something like that. I was a dodo bird, uh,
I can see you
little
with your
little
little
baby
feathers.
Sean, little baby Sean just as a bird. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I so yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Although I don't know, I didn't get many opportunities to do anything after that. And I didn't really like eventually I went to college and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't intend to get involved in theater at first. I was mainly doing choir and band at the time
Oh.
and because I was on
Oh.
scholarship for that.
What do
And
you
so
play?
I just played like a wide range of like percussion instruments.
Oh,
We
drummer.
had a jazz band as well. We had a jazz band as well that I got to play drums on as well.
Oh, cool. And then that's
Yeah,
what
it
got
was really
so you
sick.
still drum, right?
Yeah, I actually started drumming like before that. That's kind of why I wanted to go into that when I was in school.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay,
But yeah,
so you did the band, okay.
theater. Originally had like no intention to get into that,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because I knew like the kind of people that are in theater, and they scared me. They scared the crap out of
I
me.
know what you
But then I remember my freshman year, they were putting on their fall production that year was the Addams Family, and I
Oh,
thought, might as well go check it out, right? And then
yeah.
I watched it and I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is sick.
Yeah.
Because like my school's theater department is stacked. They're
Oh.
fantastic. And so then eventually, I got into it wasn't until my sophomore year that I really started like getting more involved with the theater department, and I got to be in a good amount of shows. Like for like those 3 years after my freshman year, I got pretty involved in theater, and
Nice.
I learned a lot through that.
Mm-hmm.
Met a lot of great people, some of which are actually I might watch, graduate and collect their degree later this year. So that might be sick.
Wow. Yes. Oh.
Yeah, and so I think that just kind of like when I did get back into voice acting, it's like
Yeah.
that experience that I had, it translated really well
Yeah.
into that, and it kind of helped me in a way.
That is so cool. Yeah. It's like everything like happens for a reason. And it's just so cool to see that. That is so awesome. So you like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
still a drummer? You like do you
Yes.
perform? What do you drum? What kind of instrument? Is there a
Ooh,
specific if there's a specific
I guess like just
I know
like
there's
what
like a
kind of music?
snare drum, right?
Yeah,
Or
there's
okay.
the snare, there's the kick. It's like a whole like drum set.
Bongo.
I actually have a whole. I wish I had bongos, man. But yeah, I have a whole. I did play those in school actually,
Yeah.
but I actually have a full on drum set in my basement, and
Oh shoot.
so whenever I want, I could just like go down there and just start going crazy on it.
Do you usually like can you read music? I can't read music.
Yeah, I
That's
did take a
cool.
couple music theory classes while I was in school, so I think that kind of helped a little bit. And then
Oh,
also the
that's
fact
good.
that I was doing choir in high school and college as well, so
Oh,
I learned a lot about it then too.
that's so cool. So you when you would go upstairs and play on the, do you just play, or would you like read from a sheet, or it just depends on the day?
Uh, I guess I mean like when we're playing stuff like for school when my band is playing stuff, we do typically have like sheet music to follow, and the sheet music for like percussion and drums is it's very different from like other kinds of music because it's like one, you know, you got like the snare drum is like kind of like goes like up here,
Yeah.
and then the kick drum is like more down here,
Oh.
and it's just like and then there's the toms also, the ones you hit that they go just doom doom doom, and it's
Oh, cool.
those also have their own place, so it's kind of like just figuring out like what represents what and then
Mm-hmm.
just figuring it out from there.
Oh, and then so I always wondered, is there like different sticks that you use with drumming, or it just depends on how you hit the drum and where to hit, right? Or
It's all about technique. I've
mm,
found out it's like kind of how you hit it, and it's like, you know, there's also you could just hit it like really hard to get that sound that you'd expect, but you can
mm-hmm.
also kind of like just let the stick. You can just like, you know, loosen your grip and just let the stick kind of like bounce on the snare drum, and you kind of get this like kind of sound, and it's just like really nice. And that's kind of how you get that cool like how you get that kind of like that diddle like that whole thing.
Oh my
That's how you do
gosh.
that.
Were you the type of kid who would like get the pencils? You'd be like in class? Have you ever done that?
I would do that from time to time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, that is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I was so cool.
I just hear you in the back, like, like Sean, Sean Flake, a beat again.
Yeah. And what of it?
What other hobbies do you do? Anything anything you else you do for fun?
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
I am glad you asked. So, on top of, you know, drumming, voice acting, one of my other massive hobbies that I put a lot of time and investment into
Mm.
is I love collecting and reading manga. I
Oh.
have put so much time and resources into that. And it's because I love reading them. They're just
Oh.
so fun to read.
What got you? What made you? What was? Do you know your first manga that you read? What got you
Uh,
into
I
it?
I remember there was actually a well, first it started off with I was an anime fan before a manga fan,
Ah,
and I started off with Dragon Ball Z. I know, very basic,
yes.
but who cares? It's
Dragon
great.
Ball
It's great.
Z.
Uh, Yeah, and it's I mean, I really enjoyed it, and
Hmm.
I loved kind of following all that, and so I realized there was like another way to consume that story. I'm like, what is that manga? What is this? It's like the same story, but it's like I'm reading it
And you're
instead of watching it.
yes.
And so I was just like I actually started off with like it was actually like the Kindle version of like basically all of Dragon Ball Z. That's how I
Oh.
started off with it. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then that eventually led to me collecting my first physical manga volume, which was volume 12 of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
And to this day, I still have that on my shelf, just like for nostalgia purposes.
That is so cool.
Um,
Oh my
yeah, so
gosh.
I just have that sitting out there, and you know, I have that among all of the other books that I have bought and
Oh,
collected
so you
and
have like a
read
big
over the past.
shelf.
Yeah. Yes, I have. It can't even fit in my room. It's outside my room
Oh my
actually. It's
gosh.
massive. And it's filling up very quickly. I'm considering getting another one.
Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I'm just like imagining in my head. Do you like have it in like a certain order that you would like to have it, or you just like put them up there, make them look cute?
I kind of just try to you know, the books that are in one series, I try to keep those together. Some of which I will try to keep on the same shelf. Like for example, one of the series I have is Seven Deadly Sins. And
I love that
what
one.
what I love about the manga for Seven Deadly Sins is that
Mhm.
the spines of all the books, if you put like, because there's the whole series is 41 volumes. If you take all 41 volumes and you like put them all next to each other on a shelf,
Mhm.
they create like a continuous image, like a mural
No
almost.
way! That's so cool.
And it looks so cool. So I try to keep all of them on the same shelf at the
Mhm.
very least,
So you
because
can
I
see the
just
image.
I can't. Yeah, exactly.
That is, what is it? What does it look like? Is it like a spoiler, or is it just like it just looks like it's something, but you don't know what it is? Kind of like the One Piece.
I mean, like, it's just kind of like a, yeah, it's just kind of like just like a collage of like all the characters. I mean, the parts of it that are like, in the later volumes are like characters that you don't see for like a while. So I guess
Mhm.
that's kind of spoilery, I guess. But like
Oh,
other than
okay.
that, no, it's just kind of like it's just like basically all the different characters in the series.
Cool. Is there a specific manga you wanna that you're trying to cop next?
Ooh, man, that's really tough. I mean, like I'm always like the series that I'm on already, I just like I'll collect, new volumes of those whenever they come out.
Mhm.
But if there's a series that I like don't have yet that I would love to try out, it's probably Gachi Akuda. It looks
Oh,
so it looks so
yes.
sick. It's just like it's gritty art style, and I've seen a little bit of the anime too. It just looks
Oh,
insane, and
chef's kiss.
I'd love to check that one out, man. It just
Uh-oh.
looks fantastic.
And there's just like a bleh, specific place that you go to, or wherever like you just get your manga at, or is there like I like to go to this store only?
Yeah, so there's a Barnes and Noble that I have to get on the
Oh,
highway to go to, but it's worth it every single time that I go there.
yes.
So like if a new volume of a series I already have comes out, I will find the soonest opportunity to drive down there and just just like find it, or if there's anything else that catches my eye, I will get that as well. And it's really just it's just a great time every time I go there, and it's
And so
I
peaceful.
try to be like I have a very set plan of like what I'm trying to like get when I go there,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes I just can't help myself.
Yeah, it's like I'll just get
No,
one thing, just like Walmart. It's like I'm getting
yeah,
one thing, only come out with a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah, no, literally. On top of that, I mean, sometimes they won't always have what I'm looking for. In that
Mm-hmm.
case, it's fine. I just like order them online. And I also found not too long ago there's a website that I found out called Manga Mart. It's
Oh,
like kind of a smaller kind of website where you can basically just it's basically just solely based on manga, and they have like a bunch of really cool deals going on every once in a while.
cool.
It's like if you really are like a avid collector of manga, they got something for you there.
Oh, thank you for that because I want to start getting into it. I always have like the
Yeah.
difficulty of wanting to read, either read or watch because like the experience, you can't really like read it or rewatch it because you'll like kind of already know what's going on. So I'm always like
Yeah.
on the fence of like, should I read it? Should I watch it? I don't want to spoil
Yeah. I
myself.
think I think what started off with me is like the reason why I really got into reading manga. I mean, it started off with watching anime, and I still watch anime. I love watching anime. But I
Uh-huh.
think what started me off with reading manga is that the manga is typically further ahead in the story than the anime is. And it's
That's
like
true.
I think this started with My Hero Academia. When I
Hmm.
first got into My Hero Academia, there were only like 2 seasons out, and after I finished watching season 2, I was like, I don't want to wait, I
Yeah.
want to see what happens next. So I started collecting the manga, which at the time was, a good bit further ahead than
Mhm.
the anime was at the time. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to stick with this.
That is so cool. And then I wanted to talk
Yeah.
about your booth because I was seeing like some pictures of like you still eat everything from scratch, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
how
so
did that go? I saw there was like a little bit of complications a little bit too, but you stayed persistent and you got it done.
yes, yeah. So there was a lot of stuff that I had to a lot of hoops I had to jump through in order to get this put together. Because
Uh-huh.
again, these panels that I have up right now, this is not what I started out with. I started out with panels that were 1 inch thick, and then these right here are 2 inches thick.
Uh-huh.
And they're a lot more effective. And I also got this moving blanket put up as
Oh.
well. And yeah, I think it's helped my sound quality a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have to go through, a lot. I did have to spend quite a bit in order to get all these, including the fact that the adhesive on the back of these panels
Mm-hmm.
is like super glue strength.
Oh.
And so if I was to stick these to the wall and I had to take them off for any reason,
Uh-huh.
I'm ruining the wall. So I can't really do that. What I ended up doing is I actually ended up getting a bunch of T-pins and pinning them individually to the
Oh,
wall.
that's smart. So that
Yeah,
way, like,
and
if you
it's
ever
helped.
leave, like, it's just like a little hole.
Yeah,
And then what's in
yeah,
the, is that
it's
a
minimal.
moving blanket in the back too? Behind you?
This is more panels.
Oh, okay.
I got panels on that wall, a little bit on the ceiling, but mainly like this wall and like the wall in front of me. And I used to have panels on like the doors of this closet as well, but
Oh,
I don't really use those. I don't really have a purpose for them anymore because it's all
yeah.
covered up by the blanket now.
Did you put anything on the floor?
The floor's actually carpeted,
Carpeted?
so
Oh, that works.
I don't have to worry about
Yeah, I
that.
don't even have That's really cool. And then did you get like a little
Yeah.
bit at a time? Or you just did get it in bulk? It was just like, what, like, let me just do it. Let me.
I think, yeah, what I ended up doing is when I got these panels here, I didn't have enough at first.
Hmm.
So I ended up spending like over $100 on like a 64 pack of these to
Yeah.
like finish up the rest of the wall and like the ceiling as well. And it ended up being just a little bit more than I ended up needing because
Hmm.
I have panels basically just like hanging around like behind my bed, and just like under like my desk outside of here as well. And it's like I just I
Yeah.
guess if I need them for any reason, then they're there, I guess.
Right. Okay. Well, this like it's so cool. It looks really, really good. Congratulations on
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it
it.
sounds good too.
And I was seeing like that I had this trouble too, and I saw a post of you saying that it took you about an hour to do 2 auditions. And I
Yes.
feel you there because I am the same way where I'm like I want it to be a certain way, and I want it to like I listen to it over and over again, and I want it to sound like this. I want it to sound like that, and then I hear it again. I'm like, no, no, and then before I know it, it's too long, and then I'm like, oh man, like I spent this much time. Was it worth it? But then I feel like when you are done with it and you send it off and you do the send and forget, you're proud of what you made. But I wanted to know, how do you feel about that now? How do you feel like the processes of that now? Do you feel like better about like taking your time with your auditions and things like that? I just wanted to like pick your brain a little bit.
Yes, yeah. So I do think I understand that basically what you have to do is you just have to. Typically, I've learned your first take is typically gonna be your best one because
That's
it's the
what
one
I
that
heard
feels
too.
most natural. Like that's your
Yeah.
first instinct, right?
Hmm.
And so I've kind of learned you just I need to be easier on myself, right?
Your
That's what
own
I've
self
taught
critic.
myself. And no, literally, like yeah, I've spent like an hour. There was one day I think it was actually New Year's, I did 2 auditions for a project,
Hmm.
and I spent an hour each on both of them because I just wanted to. I really, really wanted to get these down,
Yeah.
because it just looked like such a cool project, and I wanted to do everything I could to, really stand out and, at the very least be considered. Um, so I really ended up kind of pushing myself on those.
Hmm.
And by the end, I was just exhausted. I was sweating,
But hey,
and
were you happy
yeah,
with the audition?
yeah,
No, it
I
was all
was.
worthwhile. It was
I guess
all.
yeah, but yeah, I have kind of
I
tried
feel
to,
like
cut down on the time that I spend on auditions because it really allows me to, get more done in a shorter period of time, right?
right. I feel like with trial and error, the more you do it and like the more like you trust yourself and like your choices, the like it'll like the more it'll be efficient or get better. Because I was the same way. It used to take me hours to just do one because and then it eventually went from one to like five, and then now like I can like because sometimes I'll read the specs over and over again or the name or like the what the project is over and over again, make sure I understand it properly and like overanalyze. But now like that those reading I guess skills condition more, it became better and trusting myself and just having fun, so it really does help a lot. So I wanted to say you're doing
Yeah.
an awesome job, and and I love what I'm seeing from you, and yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Of
I mean, I
course.
think I just got to remember, submit and forget. That's really all
Right.
you got to do.
Yes.
Sometimes that doesn't always apply because sometimes I'll get really attached to the characters I audition for on
Hmm.
occasion, and it's like I need to voice you. That's just how it is.
Yes.
Um,
Right,
and
it's
yeah,
like please.
there there have been times early on in my career, like maybe like July, August, like when I was still in that process of shaking off the rust, that I auditioned for some characters that I just fell in love with the moment I saw them, and I wanted to voice them, and then
Right.
I ended up not getting them, and I just kind of let myself get devastated pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned from that experience a lot, and I've learned, as cool as it would be, don't get too attached until you know that that role is yours.
Right. And I feel like it'll always come back around because you never know. They might want you for something else. That's happened to me so many times. And it may be a character that's more suited for you than the character that you auditioned for. It's just like, wow, that's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that's kind of the fun part of like the whole casting process is you get to listen to, who did end up getting cast, and you're like, "Oh, now it makes sense."
Yes.
Yeah.
And then like all the ones that you book, you're just like, wow, like I can definitely like it's so crazy. I feel like was for me. Like I was like
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt with Daniel Mercer in ESO Don't Forget, is
Mm.
just like I'll listen to like what I did and just like how, cuz I think what I ended up doing for the audition versus what I did for, the character when I was recording for him was not like super different, but definitely
Hmm.
like a little bit more different because I had more time with the character to really more time to understand the character, just kind of the situation he was in, and just like really just how like bleak everything was
Yes.
until it wasn't. And then yeah, so that is one of those roles where it's like, if it was anybody else, what would change? Like what would be different, and what was it that they liked about me
Hmm.
that I just like, that made me stand out to them? Did my voice just like fit the character?
Hmm.
I guess maybe that's it sometimes. It's just, it really comes down to, you know, does the director see your voice,
As
this
them.
character having this voice? Yeah.
Right.
It really comes down to that sometimes.
It really does. And then like it's like it fits like almost like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
And then my last question is, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Where would you like to be? What do you think you want to do? What do you think 5 years now? We're gonna make like a time capsule and see what 5 year future you would be like. Wow, I can't believe like we did that.
Yeah, I mean, there it is. There's the question. Well, I mean, 5 years from now, who knows? Who
Right.
knows what could happen? Because it hasn't even been 1 year since I started taking voice acting like super seriously.
Hmm.
Um, and it's just like there's really a lot has happened in that time, and a lot. So with 5 whole years, oh, I can't even like comprehend what could happen. But I
Yes.
mean, I do hope to keep doing what I've been doing. Um, maybe will I still be working at a bank? Who knows? Um,
At least I know who to come to for some banking mathematics because
yeah. I mean,
give me the goober.
sure, yeah. Um, yeah. It's the goober speaking. How can I help you?
Like anytime somebody comes in, goober speaking.
Well,
Goober Enterprises.
who who knows? Who knows if I'll still be doing that?
That'll be
Maybe
crazy.
one of those days I'll do that. Yeah, I know for a fact that I am going to keep, you know, growing in this position. That as much as I progressed, in just like 8 9 months that I've been doing this, um, I'm only gonna keep growing and I'm only gonna keep progressing. And a lot of cool opportunities are gonna come my way, and I will audition for them. I will be
Yes.
there. I will make the most of my time. And who knows? Maybe one of these days I will get to that point, that one role where it's like that is the defining moment of like my career. Like that'll be my Tom Kenny as SpongeBob. Who knows? But who knows? Who knows? You never
Yes.
know when that could come. And I feel like the same could be said for really anybody who does this. If
Hmm.
you don't think that your time is coming or that it has come yet, it will.
It
It
will.
simply it will. I mean, that's kind of how I felt getting into ESO Don't Forget. It's like that was kind of like the crown. I keep going back to that. I know.
No, keep
But
going
like
back to like you should be proud. You deserve that, and it was beautiful, wonderful work. Like I listened to it.
thank
I
you.
don't know how many times. So
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Of
Thank you.
course. Your hard
Yeah,
work is
so
definitely paying off. So, yes, like
yeah.
keep going back to it as many times because you deserve it, honestly. And I'm so excited to see where you go from here because only 1 year back in, Sean. Like, seriously. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
like I've gone, way further than I did, when I was starting out. And that was like, for a few years that I went before kind of putting that to the side and then coming back to it. A lot happened. And I guess, in 5 years, who knows? Like,
Yeah.
I will be there for whatever is out there. And, one of these days, I don't think it's just going to be me having my moment, but really everybody who's going to, who is in voice acting that might be watching this, that might be listening to this. It really, I really do think that anybody could do this kind of thing. It really is just a matter of, you know, be being willing to trust yourself
Mhm.
and being willing to make a fool of yourself as well, because you will
Mhm.
do that a lot. That's the best part of it, honestly.
Yes, you can just be free and be a goober.
Yes, be a goober. That's the one thing you should take from
Be
this.
a
Be a
goober.
goober.
This is the name of the title. That's the
Be
title
a
of the
goober.
episode.
Yeah, I really mean
There
that,
we go.
cuz
Literally.
I
That's
really
gonna be
mean
your
that.
slogan now.
I really mean that. I really do mean that. Be a goober. That is really just like, cuz this community has frankly given me a lot. They've given me so much, whether it's just advice, connections, friendship,
Mhm.
just opportunities to really put myself out there and,
Mhm.
find a creative outlet and just find out what it really is that I love and enjoy doing. I want to be able to give back to
Oh
them
yeah.
in a way as well. It's like, sometime down the line, I'd love to, people who are also just starting out and want to get into voice acting, I would love to share with them, my knowledge and the stuff
Right.
that I learned and pass it on to them and see, where that takes them. And because I
Yeah.
would love to, I just love being able to help people and just, if I do get somebody, really into it, and if they succeed as well, I'll be able to just sit back knowing that, I got them off the ground and just like
It's just like, whoa,
I'm gonna be so proud. Yeah.
that's so
I would love to
awesome.
do that. It's
That
just
pans into my next question. What do you have advice for an aspiring voice actor, a current voice actor? Any advice that you would give yourself, or just anyone in general, or things that you've learned that you'd like to pass on?
yes. There's a lot. So
Mm.
first of all, take your time with it.
Mm.
Just learn to take your time. That's really the biggest thing I can tell you, is because I mean, you're not going to be amazing when you start out. In fact, you might be a
might
little
suck.
bad. You might be terrible.
That's not good.
It's going to feel awkward because, voice acting, or really acting in general, is just, being somebody that you're not. And subconsciously, even when you're, deep in playing a character, subconsciously, that this isn't really who you are and you're just being a character.
Right.
But that's something that actually tends to pop up into my mind, is that, I'm just acting at the end of the day. None of this is real.
Right.
And that's something I've just kind of like learned to, I guess, push down. Because it's like in that moment, because that's what it is. You're not playing a character. You are this character.
Yes. Yes.
This
yes,
is
yes,
who I am. For the time being, this is who I am.
yes.
I am not Sean Flaherty in this moment. Right now, I am Jimmy McTwisty,
I love it. McTwisty.
I am Franklin Gibson Jr. the second, the third. That is who I am.
And I will be him full and through.
Yes! Yes! Be the character. You are the character. But yeah, just like, let yourself be the character, Feel free to take your time with, the recording process, understanding the characters that you're auditioning for. Just be as slow as you need to be. Don't take an hour like I did. I don't think you'll have to. But just like, be willing to fail. Because this industry is a lot more failing than it is succeeding. You're going to not get cast more often than you will get cast.
Yeah.
And more often than not, it's not because you did a bad job. You actually did a really good job. And I'm sure that in a way you caught the eye, you caught the attention of the people who, are casting. But it really just comes down to, you're just not quite the voice that they're looking for.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. But if you really are willing to stand out, they will remember you. And they may keep you in mind for, like, if they need more voices in the future. They will not forget about you as
That's
long as
true.
you know how to stand out. And I know that everybody, it's like no two people have, like, the exact same voice.
Yes.
And because of that, there's always going to be a way for people to stand out. There's always a way for you to stand out. So it really just comes down to figuring out what it is, just kind of discovering yourself. What are your best archetypes? What are your strengths? What do you maybe need to work on? How wide is your range? What's your most comfortable, like, part of your range? Like, what is your selling point? Like, for me, it is like, my kind of youthful, tenory, protagonist-y sounding voice. Like, I know what I sound like, and I'm using that to my advantage.
That is so powerful.
And I think that's how I've gotten to be, that's how I've gotten to where I am.
Right.
And that's how a lot of people I know have gotten to where they are as well, is
Mm-hmm.
figuring out themselves
Yes.
and just leaning into that.
That's so true.
You know, that's really what it is. Just be prepared to fail, take your time, and discover yourself.
Yes.
You know, be kind to yourself and just be the best version of yourself. That's really what it comes down to.
I love that, Sean. Oh my gosh, got the goosebumps. Yes. Period. I'm taking all the notes. Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming. If you
course.
have like any your your username so anyone can follow you on anything. What is your username actually?
Yeah. So on Twitter I go by at GooberVO. That's my handle over there. I go by Sean the Goober, also all space, no space, one word. On YouTube, Instagram. Also, if you look up Sean the Goober on Twitter, you'll probably find me that way as well.
Just remember
yeah,
Goober.
That's, yeah, Goober. You will remember Goober.
Thank you so much for coming by. It has been such a pleasure. And thank you guys for listening to the podcast. If you like what you're listening to and want to see more, don't forget to share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for listening. And at Dweebs City, all one lowercase, if you guys want to follow on, we have YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and we're also on anywhere you listen to podcasts. So you're probably listening to this wherever you're listening to your podcast. And yes, guys, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.